going on, everybody? Dave Flat here, Release Over 20, and this is our May 2022 giveaway. And this is a significant milestone because why? It's our second year anniversary of Release Over 20, which is a big deal. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. But first, I'm going to introduce Adam. What's going on, Adam?
Hey, Dave. How you doing? Hello, everyone.
So Carrie may join us. Carrie is long story short, he's living in a small house temporarily, and he's got a house full of grandkids, and it's going to be complete chaos. So he's going to try to join us, but if he doesn't, we're prepared to cover for him, right?
For sure.
Yeah. So hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to throw up a little slideshow that I put together, and just to kind of step us through everything. But you may have noticed if you follow us on social, we got toward like, I knew the end of May was coming and it was our second anniversary. Didn't really have a big plan for it, but started looking at the numbers, and we were at like 5,900 something. Maybe it was like in the 920 something trout, and I thought, well, this would be a cool thing to do, try to rail everyone to hit 6,000 by the end of May. Didn't really know if we could do it because I think at the time we might have had like 100 fish entered. I don't know what the number was, but to try to get another 100 fish or 80 fish in like a matter of 4 days seemed like a little bit of a stretch. And I think but it was Memorial Day weekend, so you knew people would be out fishing. So I thought, hey, it'd be cool. Let's make a little post 6K by the end of May. And when I first did it, I think it was like, the first post isn't shown here, but I think it had like 70 to go. And then I thought, well, I'll just post it every day and see what ends up. So it was like 4 days out, maybe 5 days out, was 51 fish to go. Next day down to 30, and next day down to 16. And I think it was Saturday of the month, which I think Memorial Day was Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. I mean, the 31st was Tuesday. And bam, we hit 6,012, like with 3 days to go. And I think we ended up with 6,070 something by the end of May, which was freaking awesome. We're currently, as of this morning or midday, at 6,100, which equates to conservative estimate of 122 billion speckled trout eggs spawned, which of course doesn't always mean that's that many fish, but everything being relative, that's a lot of eggs that otherwise would be in a cooler in years gone by. So everyone, thank you very much for helping us meet that goal. I mean, it's our goal, and it's super significant, and it's really cool. So hold on a second. I think I've got Adam here.
Oh, hey,
Adam. Carrie. Sorry.
Hey, can you guys see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I know I'm late joining, but it's like herding cats around here. Have you mentioned that I have my grandkids in town?
Yes, I have, but you're just in time, actually.
Okay, good.
Okay, do you have a few minutes?
I've got maybe 3 minutes. We're cooking cashew chicken for the kids. But
Talk about our new sponsor.
Yeah, Mud Minnow. Got to talk to this guy. A great guy. We're gonna feature them. They're going to be a featured sponsor coming down the way, but he's got a new line of clothing coming up that he's really excited about. And when that happens, that's when I want to reach out and make him our featured sponsor. So, yeah, they were good enough to give us, I think, a dozen hats and some stickers and for the giveaways. And so they're on the shelves. And I think one of the giveaways in May has one of the Mud Minnow hats. So glad to have him on board. Really good guy.
Yeah, thank you, Mud Minnow. And I think that they're unique in that they're made from hemp, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so cool logo, Mudman. Thanks for joining us. And we next wanted to shout out to our featured sponsor, which is Visually Art Fishing.
I got to talk to Trong maybe 3 days ago. My days are all kind of splattered together now, but that trout that he's got with the open mouth that's in the giveaway this month is just unbelievable. And he said that's his biggest seller. Well, Trong also had his Instagram account hacked. So I think we all need to, everybody that's watching this, go to Visually and get on his IG Instagram account and check out his art. It's phenomenal. The really cool thing about this dude is he goes out in a kayak and he catches fish. Then he'll take a charcoal image of that fish that he caught. And so what you're seeing is actually how that was held in his hand or, otherwise. But really, really solid guy. And he's also got a YouTube channel where he's trying to get some people on it. I think he's got maybe 1,500 people and 40 videos or something like that. Adam, you've watched some of his videos, right?
Oh yeah, I watched a few recent ones in saltwater from his kayak. Really good. Certainly good picture quality. He incorporates drone footage and a lot of kayak type stuff around the Jacksonville area. So
and and David, I know you fished with him a couple of times. He told me while you were in Jacksonville, but this dude, what was really impressive to me is that he said, okay, I'm going to go out targeting flounder today. And when I talked to him on the phone, I said, man, I watched that video. How is it that you were targeting flounder specifically? But he did it. I mean, and I said, do you just not have the same? I mean, when we target flounder, we're going to catch redfish and trout, right? But he didn't. I think that video I saw, Adam, he must have caught 12 fish or something. They were every one flounder.
Yeah, either he edited out the other ones or he just didn't catch them. But
exactly right, sure. But anyway, I say go check out his YouTube channel. He's trying to grow that, and we want to help him in any way we can. He's generous enough to give us all these prints, and they're $50 a pop. And he's already told me, he said, what can I do for you? What do you want? So. We're all set up with we got more art coming from Trong.
Yeah, if I don't mind, or if you don't mind me interjecting. So, like you mentioned, I've fished with Trong. I have work in Jacksonville a lot, and I've interacted with Trong a little bit over the years. And when I went down there once, brought a kayak, I just said, hey, you want to, go fishing? And he was so freaking generous, and he invited his other friend, Rich. And, we went out and fished guano together, and those guys are just like, first of all, first class people. Trong is just so nice and just really, really, really amazing guy, and obviously an incredible artist.
Incredible.
And generous. And he's invited me to his house for dinner. I haven't been able to take him up on it yet, but I plan to, and he's an amazing cook as well. But yeah, just great guy. If y'all get a chance to meet Trong, you need to he's a guy you want to surround yourself with. And now I want to point out real clear, y'all have seen, if you've been on Instagram, you get these DMs from people saying, hey, I'm trying to join like an ambassador for a brand. Can you click on this link? Well, if you do that, your account gets hacked. So that unfortunately that happened to Trong. So his original page was Visually Art Design, and it had, I don't know, 10,000 followers or something, and it got hacked. So don't go there. Don't let the terrorists win. Go to his new one, which he needs more followers. It's Visually Art Fishing. Go check him out. Give him a follow. He needs it. Just support him, man. It's if nothing else, he's got some awesome art to look at, and check out his YouTube too.
And to buy too, David. He sells that art. And he said he's slowing down a little bit on his artwork, but he also mentioned to me that for those guys that are following him on his channel, he said he's thinking about doing some actual giveaways for his original stuff. which I told him I think he's crazy to do that because I mean he needs to hold on to that. He's got some spectacular drawings. So
Yeah, he
Oh,
also
and
does graphics for Local Tales, which is another brand. It's a fishing brand, so look them up too.
what about, and also mention the catch and draw thing you were talking about before.
Yeah, so like Carrie mentioned, his YouTube channel is really cool. I got a little image of it here, but it's a neat idea. So he'll go out and go fishing and like snap a picture, and then the second half of the video is like a time lapse of him actually drawing what he caught. And as you can see, it's incredible detail and just beautiful. And I want to point out that on the right side, I have a charcoal of this dripping redfish. It doesn't come through online like it looks a lot better than that in reality. And I just want everyone to know that it looks a little smudged here, but that's just because it internet kind of took away the detail.
Hey, David. So to go back to exactly what you're talking about. So when I took over the sponsor part of this, I mean, I knew who the sponsor was visually, but I hadn't seen the artwork except for on his website. But then when we did last month's giveaway, I actually went in because all of his artwork is kind of like between cardboard. So I hadn't actually seen the 16 by 13. And when I laid eyes on that 16 by 13, I was just absolutely blown away by the detail. So next month, we have the sheep's head giveaway. The following month is going to be, I mean, we already have the sheep's head giveaway ready to go for next month, but on the August giveaway, it's going to be his drawing of a sheep's head, and it's phenomenal. And like I say, it's a $50 value too. So it's something you're going to want. If you get it, you're going to want to frame it for sure.
Yeah. So thanks, Trong. You're a great guy, man. Look forward to fishing with you soon.
Oh yeah, and Carrie, Mudman, where are they located? Do you know where they're based out of?
They're out of Charleston. They're a local company. So yeah, it's I mean, he just was a really good guy. I mean, when he wanted to get with us, and I he and I finally got together. He's one of the. Sometimes it's hard to get product from even these guys that want to give us product. Sometimes it's just hard to get product. It takes 2 or 3 phone calls. David knows that. But I mean, we were in the process of getting that new PO box, and so I told him, I said, man, I want this, but if you hang on, just let me give you a new address in like 2 days. And he's the first person that's hit that PO box in Allendale. So yeah, he said he was going to do it, and he did it.
Awesome.
So
cool.
Yeah, thanks, Mudman. Man, we appreciate it. We're looking forward to giving that stuff away and getting your brand out there.
Now, listen, I'm going to run. I got 4 grandkids here, and I don't know if you can see in the background, but I got 5 donkeys in the yard and 2 horses running around out there. So, and I got a 4-year-old grandchild right in the middle of it. So,
hey, Carrie, before you go,
yeah,
just real quick mention about receiving the kayak.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. We're probably going to post a video pretty soon on Release Over 20s. We're trying to get some font in that matches everything we're doing, but yeah, Tyler Brown showed up here. It's been a couple of Thursdays ago now, and he delivered a $2,450 10-foot pedal kayak that they donated to us. So it's Big Adventures LLC out of Fletcher, North Carolina, right outside of Asheville. And this little kayak is unbelievable. We didn't get to use it, but he did bring 5 more kayaks just like it, and we got to fish with the guy from Hook, or not Hook. Yeah, Hook. Got to fish with the guy from Hook, and two of his buddies from college, and we had a great time. I made them breakfast sandwiches out here at 7 a.m. and then we hit the water, and it was just awesome. One of the guy from Hook, I'm sorry, he tied into about I'm going to say a 4 or 5 pound bass that on the third jump it came off, and then one of his college buddies, one of Tyler's college buddies, landed probably a 3 foot. I think they call them bottlenose gar. It's not the big gar like we have back where I grew up, but they're smaller, and 3 foot's about average, I guess. But had a lot of fun. It was good to get to know those guys. So what a great deal. I know that postage is probably our biggest expense, Adam, at what, $1,300 a year plus paying Christina to ship everything out. So if we could get some people to want to sponsor like a month of postage at like $150, man, that would go a long ways. So that's all I've got. I just want to put that out there.
All right. Thank you very much, Kerry. I'm glad you could join us.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get to rewatch it later on, I guess, once these little guys are in bed. So
all right. Have fun.
Have a go, guys. See you.
Okay, so moving on, one more shout out to make, and that is this video came out of the blue and just blew us away. And this is Devin Denman from LA Fish Blog. I'm sorry, my font on this slideshow got really hosed up. It used to look really good, so the font that I use is the same one that is in the upper left called the Release Over 20 font, and it's always uppercase. So, Devin, I'm sorry that your last name isn't capitalized. It's just how it happened when I uploaded. But anyway, this video he made for us, that he made for himself, but he's been supporting us since we started 2 years ago. If you go back and look at his videos, he'll catch it over 20 and he'll say he's going to release over 20 because he follows release over 20. A lot of times you'll see our decal in the background in his office, whatever. And I'm just going to play the first 20 seconds of it just so y'all can see it. But I want you to go check it out. LA Fish Blog, Louisiana Fish Blog on YouTube. The guy, I'm a fan. Okay.
Definitely.
He does not make a video that doesn't at some point give me some kind of belly laugh. I just get a kick out of him getting so freaking stoked for catching any trout. Just kind of when all things come together and he's just like, yeah, and I just start laughing. He's just a cool guy. I hope to get to meet him someday. But anyway,
he's definitely authentic. You can't fake passion, right? And this guy, he's just passionate about what he does. And he also has a paid course that he's trying to get people to sign up for called, I think LA Fish Blog Elite or something to that effect.
Yeah.
I might be botching it, but if you go to his YouTube page, it's all there. He fishes again out of Louisiana, but I'll tell you what, his videos are really top notch. Whether you fish in Louisiana or not, it's I found them helpful just for fishing here in the South Carolina area. Even though obviously
and each one is the production value is getting better and better and better. So,
no question.
And he's getting a lot of views too, which is great. Love to see it. But anyway, here is a little bit of the video.
I don't think the volume's coming through, Dave.
What was that, Adam?
The volume, I don't think was. I couldn't hear the volume on that.
Oh, you couldn't? Yeah, it's weird. I can hear it. So anyway, I didn't mean to stop that with myself there, but it's really entertaining. I just leave it at that. If you watch it, there's at least one part there you're gonna laugh out loud at. But thank you, Devin, for that surprise, man. It really was a surprise. So we really appreciate it. Go check it out. Okay, let's talk about the entries this month. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to wait for that. Adam, give us an update on what's been happening behind the scenes. I'm sorry.
No, please.
Here, I'm kind of like.
As I say every month, the operational updates are not the most exciting thing, so I'll try and get through it really quick. first of all, shout out to Sarah Massey. She's been kind of volunteering her time with us, consulting. She has a significant nonprofit experience in running, being an executive director at a pretty large nonprofit in New Orleans before she moved here to the Charleston area. She's been a really immeasurable help. And with her help, we've basically got most of the financial structure mechanically in place in terms of, like QuickBooks and just getting our process for transactions and bringing in money and spending money and things like that. Again, pretty boring. We also are putting the finishing touches on our official bylaws. So that should be done very soon, kind of make us a real, tucked in organization, so to speak. And then I guess the last thing would just be that we had mentioned on previous calls about obtaining a CRM, basically a database of all donors and people that interact with us. We're kind of going to put that on the back shelf. It's pretty costly because they charge by number of users. So, if you look at our followers on Instagram and things like that, it's a pretty big number. So the benefit for us right now, given where we are as an organization relative to the cost right now, probably makes sense to maybe hold off on that. So that's what we're going to do. But I guess most importantly, how it relates to all of you. And again, thank you to all of you, because without all of you, we could not do this. And, really, I think I'll speak for Dave and Kerry and say that I think that, we're just trying to steer the ship, but it's everybody's on the ship, right? So, we're, this isn't just like us, this is all of us together. But how it makes sense is, inevitably when you're starting something, you have to basically do a lot of this boring stuff to kind of get it to the place it needs to be to start doing the more fun stuff. So I guess my main point would be that we're probably about 85-90% done with all that stuff. And that how it relates to all of you is that we can really start now spending much more of our time and energy focusing on getting you content, getting you better prizes, getting you more incentives to release fish, and everything else that encompasses. So we're looking forward to getting to that stuff. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. Yeah, it's exciting, and I'm glad you mentioned Sarah, because if without Sarah, us three buffoons would be really lost. And I say that honestly. She's been a godsend, and I hope she's watching and understands how thankful we are. So thank you, Sarah. And thanks, Adam. All right, so let's go back to the month. So we had 299 fish released, 10 flounder, 4 sheep's head, and 283 trout, which is a real strong month. And how did that pan out by state? So this month was won by Florida. Florida came out really strong, and also I'm really excited to say second place Alabama. Now Alabama has a few really dedicated people. Captain Patrick Garmison's one. There's a few more fishing out of Dauphin Island, and they are really showing, like, they're leading the way, and they're getting the word out. People are following, and they're getting more and more fish entered, and it's just wonderful to see. Texas and North Carolina right there. Virginia is a little bit of surprise. A lot of the Virginia fishermen are from Virginia Beach, and I think what happens, someone have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really understand it fully. But those fish in Virginia Beach, the trout anyway, are kind of migratory, so that they'll be in the Virginia Beach area in the fall and spring, in big numbers, and then they sort of move up the bay system in the other parts of the year. So I think that maybe those trout, I mean, the winter was cold, so there are a lot of people were giving those trout a break, which is a good thing. But I think they were there strong, like in the last few months, and then they've kind of moved away. Maybe the spawn, or maybe this after the spawn, I'm not sure, but we'll have to see. I have to ask some of my friends up there, like, what's going on with Virginia. But look at Louisiana as ahead of Virginia. Now that's Devon. That's all Devon, man. Thank you, Devin. Look at that. That's freaking awesome. Over 20 fish. That's great. Mississippi is the Kyle Johnson effect, and his friends there, and he's been entering fish for his clients who are releasing fish, and that's something that I'm going to make a priority coming up is to try to get a better system for guides, because guides are super important. Guides are on the fish, the ones that are targeting the big ones. They know where they are. Their clients are catching them. Those who are encouraging release over 20, I want to set up a way that makes sense that they can enter fish for the clients if the clients don't want to do it, or don't think if they don't think the clients will do it, so that the captains will get credit. And then we want to have some kind of incentive for the captains too, because I think that's super important. And right now I've just been telling them, you enter it under your name, and in the comment, put your client's name. And then if I draw your name, I'll tell you who the client was, and then we'll work out how to get it to them. And then, so Kyle's been all about that. He's been entering fish for his clients, and I think it's great. So I appreciate it.
How'd we get a New Jersey one on there, by the way?
It's probably a sheep's head.
Oh,
I
right.
don't know. I didn't look at it, but yeah, sheep's head, man. There's some giant sheep's head in New Jersey.
And one of the things we talked about, not to put this on you, Dave, but we did talk about with the data is ultimately getting something where it's by state, by month entries over time. And I'll admit that's self-serving, because when I start thinking about fishing trips and where I want to try and catch my trophy release over 20, I want to know what state to go to and what month is the best month to go there. So I think that with our data, hopefully we can start.
Yeah, data's there.
That out.
We can start putting that together. I would love to see that too. In fact, I pay attention, but not as much as I should. But it's like, for example, isn't that cool that suddenly Florida spiked up, and like the Gulf Coast spiked up this month, but maybe earlier months it was like all Virginia. So it's like what I was saying about those trout being in Virginia Beach, like you'd probably see that in a seasonal trend.
Yeah,
right? That's what you're getting at.
Maybe fall. It seemed like we got a lot of entries in Virginia in the fall, if I remember right.
Yeah, and across the country, the fact that there's so many big trout in Virginia is a shocker. I think that's an awakening people are having. It's like, man, maybe I ought to take a trip to Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah.
If I want to catch a trophy trout, usually you're thinking Laguna Madre, and of course that's a good choice. But most people don't realize that fishery is in Virginia too. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and Florida's an interesting one, right? Because we don't yet have it known whether it's East Coast or West Coast. So, I would almost be willing to bet, looking at this, that a lot of those Florida entries are from the West Coast this month, just based on, the other Gulf states being so prevalent. But I get, that's just a random guess on my part. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. And we purposely don't track to that kind of level.
Yeah,
because I don't want to discourage people from giving away their spots. I want no barrier to entry. Like people are like mistrusting it. So, but it would be cool to know that.
Yeah,
I can tell a little bit by who's entering. What I know mostly where they're fishing. But
I would imagine how different could it really be in the same month, whether you're on the East or West Coast. But again, I'm not a fishery biologist, right?
Yeah. Maybe we'll learn over time, and
yeah, hopefully.
Maybe our friends at Speckled Truth can enlighten us too.
Yeah.
So, Angler Leaderboard again. My font is messed up, but Kyle Johnson, number one with like roughly 27. Those are a lot of his clients, so that's cool. Christian in second, Joshua, Bennett, Dylan. These are all first names. Tanner. And then shout out to Sherilyn. She's out of Virginia, Vero Beach. You've probably seen her in some of our posts on Instagram. Her and her husband Lou are big supporters. And Sherilyn's always wearing her Release Over 20 hooded solar shirt. And she says it's good luck in tournaments because she's always doing pretty well when she's wearing it. So thanks, Sherilyn. And congrats on making the top 10 for this month. Pretty cool. Yeah, so let's give away some stuff. Everybody ready? So this is the sheep's head giveaway. We got a Troubadour shirt, really cool design. Some John Yacht, some boat wash, some bottom sweeper jigs, some leader from Florida Fishing Products, and Twitch Fish clips. Not clips, but the line cutters is a little cool little product to have. And we had, hold on a second. I'm going to pull my sheet up. Cover for me. I don't want to do that. Oh, get this.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like we have some pretty good items for the sheep's head, and there aren't that many entries. So I'd say that's your best bet to win is to put in a sheep's head for sure. Sheep's head or flounder, right?
Right.
You got pretty good odds.
Okay, we got it here now. Okay, so we have 4 sheep's head, and Christian Conley from South Carolina has 2 of them, so he's got 50-50 chance. The other one's from South Carolina also, from Jackson Wells, and then we have Flex Webner from Louisiana with the 4th. So we have share my screen here. These are the entries, and random.org. So we have 4, and we're gonna roll 3 times. 3rd time's the charm. So first one is 1. Second one is 3, and the winner is 3. And that is Christian, I think. Let's see. Yep, Christian. Congrats, Christian. Christian has a YouTube channel, and he's really good at sheepshead fishing. And he had his latest video I was watching.
Yeah, that was wild.
He caught a sheep's head, put it, and it was under 20, and it was keeper size. He put it on a stringer, and a freaking shark tried to eat it right next to him in the kayak. It scared the crap out of him. So I'm glad he was all right, but it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, he even got the sheep's head. He actually the shark didn't get the sheep's head, but just
it was like a little scrapes from a tooth, but.
And you know, while we're on it, you know, he's obviously a pretty regular monthly releaser, especially of sheep's head, which we don't have a ton of. So I don't know how many of these he's won. And not to say there's any, for those of you that, you know, are the big, you know, keep the entries coming for sure. You know, you can always win the drawing and opt to, you know, let somebody else have the draw. You know, not to say you should by any means, right? You enter, you win, you deserve it. But my point is just keep the entries coming, regardless of how often you win. And, you know, if you're fortunate, if you have the first world problem of winning too often, I'm sure, you know, you have the option of doing whatever you want. So,
yeah.
But the entries are really what's the main thing for us. So,
yeah. Don't not enter because you don't want to win too much. Like if you know, we'll send it to you, give it to your friend. I mean, it's we want the entries.
Exactly.
And I don't think Christian's won before. Maybe he
has,
has, but I don't remember. I don't think he has. But it's you know. We like to see people win, so I hope Christian keep them coming. So
for sure.
Do. Okay, so Flounder we had 10, and Mike Catchman has 4 of them, so he's got a pretty good chance. Yeah, that's the other thing about, like, man, if you catch in an over 20 sheep's head or flounder, man, you really ought to answer because you have an excellent chance to win. And like our approach is like, we're not gonna like make it proportional. We're just gonna give away like significant prizes, even if there's only 4 entries, because we're hoping that eventually people are gonna catch on and be like, you know, there's a big incentive for me to release. And you know, the cool thing about I'm getting a tangent here, but the cool thing about Christian's videos is he really believes in and follows release over 20, and you know, he'll be like, man, I'm trying to get a meal for the fam, and you know, wow, I caught this sheep's head. Oh man, it's 21 inches. He's like, that's a release over 20. It's going back, you know. And then I think I saw once he was out there fishing all day, and he's like, well, I didn't catch him in my slot, which was you know, the legal slot up to his upper slot, which is 20. So he didn't bring home dinner. That's the spirit of this, you know. And in other days he'll catch 2 that are 18, and you know, he's got a great dinner. So it's really what it's all about, folks. So, all right, let's switch back to random, and we got 10 entries for, you know what? Hold on a second. That was Sheep's Head. Okay, next giveaway is Flounder, Prime Gancho. So David and Marty Teran run this brand. They've been longtime sponsors. Y'all are familiar with them. Got this new design. He's calling it 30 to life. So it's like a 30-inch trout. Really sweet art by Kevin Putnam, who's also one of our partners with Lisa for 20. He's doing artwork for us when we ask him to. And sweet design. So what he's giving away is you have your choice of a hoodie solar shirt or a non-hoodie solar shirt, both with this 30 to life design. And that's these two on the right. The furthest right is the hooded, and the middle one's the non-hooded. But they both have the Prime Gancho logo on the front and then the big design on the back. It's really sweet. So the way this works is whoever wins this Flounder, we'll get your address. We'll send it to David. We'll get your size, and he's just going to drop ship it from his place. So you'll get those in a separate package, just directly from David himself. So appreciate David and Marty for donating again this month, and let's go ahead and pick a winner. So back to random. So we got 10. Okay, third one's going to be the winner. So first one is 10, second is 1, and the winner is 8. And that is Mike Catchman. Congrats, Mike.
Where's he from?
Second. Mike is from Pawleys Island, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. So interestingly, they've been on a great flounder bite up there, and he is also a big proponent, as well as many people in that area. Murrells Inlet are getting on board with Release Over 20, and he's been catching and releasing a lot. So like he said, he had 4, and I know he's got several for this next month. So I'm glad to see him win. So congrats, Mike. That's awesome. In fact, he messaged me. He's like, man, I think I got a good chance. I got like 4 entries, 5 entries or something. I can't remember. And yeah, so keep sending them in. Eventually, you're going to win. We've had people win more than once. Even in trout, where we have usually hundreds. Okay, so for trout, we have 283 entries. And our giveaway for trout is a good one. We usually have these pretty big because we have so many people. We've got some playing cards from Drum Spots. We've got Z-Man hat. We have a Crash Fishing shirt. We got some Salt Strong plastics, some Z-Man plastics, Waterloo koozie, AM Fishing plastics. We got Maniac Mullet from Mirror, and some boat wash, and we have a keychain float from Stinky Pants. So yeah, real good package here. So we had, what did I say, 283. Let's go ahead and do that giveaway. And switch over to random, 283. Okay, and third time's a charm. So first roll is 63. Next roll is 10. And the winner is 198. And let's see who that is. 198. 198 is Joshua Sutton from North Carolina. Congrats, Joshua. He's got several fish entered. So yeah, there's a good example. The more you enter, the better chance to win. So nice job. Okay. And then lastly, we have an overall, and this is a nice one. This has Trong's art of the trout. Look at that, really awesome. Unfortunately, I got cropped here, but there's a mud minnow hat, there's a mirror lure, some Texas-eye from Eye Strike, some playing cards from Drum Spots, and some Z-Man plastics, a couple packs of those. And we have overall 299 I think 297 entries. So let's go ahead and give that one away. 297. 297. Okay, here you go. Ready? Drum roll. First roll is 164. Second roll 235, and the winner is 117, which is in this column A here. 117 is Ruben Acuna from Texas. So congrats, Ruben. I've seen his name a lot of times, and glad to have him win. And that completes our giveaway. So appreciate everyone. Thanks to all our sponsors. Check out our sponsors. You know, we don't ask much of them. If you're interested in being a sponsor, look up Carrie. Carrie is going to be your liaison, and we ask almost nothing of you. We'll take as little as like one item. We hope to get more just because we want to promote your brand to other people. It's non-exclusive, so we have multiple jig head sponsors, multiple plastic sponsors, multiple clothing sponsors. We will promote everyone equally, and eventually we're going to feature you, and we hope that you get involved. All we're doing is we're not keeping anything. We receive it and we give it back to our people who are practicing catch and release. So it's a great cause, and we're just trying to make sure sponsors get more out of it than they put in, and that people know about your brand and why you're doing what you're doing. So thank you all. It's been 2 years, so we hope to be back here in 3 years and 4 years and 5 years, and more bigger giveaways and a lot more outreach, and try to get some facts out there to people and everything. So any final words, Adam?
No, thanks everyone. 2 years, and looking forward to many more. So thank you everyone for participating.
Yeah, and I'd be remiss if I didn't thank you, Adam and Carrie, for your support and your help. And we're all hard working at this, and we're all volunteering, and it's rewarding. But
right back at you, Dave. It's you know, you're the founder. You're the man with the plan.
All right. Well, we'll be back again next month, and we'll have another giveaway. And everyone, in the meantime, send in your fish. Let's try to see some more sheepshead and flounder to get entered. The flounder are moving them back in shore. They're there to catch, and let's go. All right. Till next time, guys. Thank you very much.